And an amazing story. This is true. 2 days ago, I get a phone call from a friend of mine who used to have a local bar in Fulham. He's an antique car dealer, very wealthy man. His name is Bobby Bentley. He won't mind me mentioning his name on air. He's been very, very successful. And he says, Al, I haven't spoken to him for quite a while. He moved out in Hampshire way. And he said, Al, he says, something's just weird really happened. I went, what? He said, I've just had a fella in my car showroom wanting to buy this beautiful car from me, and he said he's from Stoke-on-Trent. So I went, oh, really? I said, good people. He went, oh, good people. He said, he loves you. He said he's Stoke City fan. And he said, my hero is Alan Hudson. He said, well, he says, he's a very, very good friend of mine. He said, oh, good, give him my regards. And he said, let me tell you a story about him. So he said, I'm at home one night, he said, with my wife, and there's a knock on the door. He says, and it's Alan. He said, and he's covered in blood. And he said, are you Stoke City supporters? So they said, yes, he said, well, can you do me a favour? One, can you call the AA? And two, can you call me a cab? So a cab got there. I jumped in a cab and went home. They called the AA to pull my Mini out of another ditch right down the road from them. This one weren't on top of the roundabout. This was another case. And this fella walked into his showroom and told him the story. He said, I would laugh, and he said, I can just imagine it. I said, well, I got back to my home in Barlaston, and there was a police car outside my house, and I had to go round the back door and hide and wait till they're gone. So I got crept in the back door, and my missus went, well, they found the car in the ditch, but they can't, they've had the police dogs looking over, because I hit another 10 yards to left ball, I hit the brick wall and not the bush. And they sent the police dogs over the back where there was a big park over the back. They've had the police dogs out, and they said they found the car, but there's no body. I said, well, I've been here in the garden for half an hour waiting for them to go. I've been watching you talk to them through the window. Oh, mate, so it's ironical that I was going to pull you on that one. It's not I'm a bad driver. I'm a bad, what do you call it? What do they call you when you cross the road? You're a
liability.
A liability, yeah.